So how exactly do you turn a 40-year-old man with a totally unrelated career into an airline pilot? Apparently, with 13 exams, around 100 more flying hours, several new licenses and ratings, a medical that could derail the entire process, and an amount of money I'm trying not to think about. In my first video, I told you I'm selling my house to do this. Here's what this actually involves. So what are these integrated and modular courses I was wanging on about in my last video? Well, think about it this way. All of those hoops you have to jump through are integrated together into one big full-time course. It's structured, consistent, and usually closely connected to airlines, but frighteningly expensive. Modular training lets you complete each qualification separately around your existing work, finances, and experience. Since I already have my PPL, can't stop earning, and need to make every pound work as hard as it can for me, it's just the best route for me. Now, that pesky medical. I could theoretically do this later on in my journey, a little later on, but I've heard stories of people who've got onto fully paid cadetship schemes only to then find out that something has failed them on their medical. What a nightmare. I just want to rip the plaster off, so to speak. They look at your medical history, eyesight, hearing, heart health, and quite a lot more. It can take hours, and suddenly every seemingly harmless medical quirk starts feeling professionally significant. It's important to prepare for anything that the medical might flag up. Then come the ATPL exams. Now, this is the airline pilot standard of theoretical knowledge. 13 really hard exams covering everything from aircraft systems to air law to meteorology to navigation. Once I begin sitting them, there's only so much I can fit them around my life. The clock is ticking. Every single point that I drop, every exam that I have to resit, chips away at my chances of landing an airline job at the end of it. And unlike someone doing this full-time at 20, I'll be fitting them around a job, hour building, a relationship, and an inconvenient mammalian need for sleep. This all means studying before work, during lunch breaks, after work, and throughout most of my weekends. For a year. Happily, not all of this journey is about abandoning the cat in favour of international aviation law. I'll be hour building. In this country, you're not even allowed to start your CPL until you have a minimum of 150 hours total flight time, and at least 70 hours as piloting command, along with some other experience requirements. And when that starts, you get to leave this room and jump in the cockpit with me. I'm actually really looking forward to this phase. It's going to be a great opportunity not only to build some confidence, but maybe make some useful mistakes and frankly have a lot of fun. Once I have the theory and the flying experience under my belt, the lifestyle changes again. You see, up until this point, I'm basically a committed private pilot. The next phase is all about turning me into a professional one. The CPL teaches me to fly to professional standards. The multi-engine instrument rating teaches me to fly faster, more complex aircraft, including in cloud. There's advanced upset prevention recovery training, which is all about recovering the aircraft from unusual attitudes. To oversimplify though, it's a training in how to get back to normal if you find your aircraft's nose is pointing in a direction you didn't ask for. Last but probably not least, the APS MCC. This teaches you to act as one half of a professional flight crew. Complete all of that and you have what everyone informally calls a frozen ATPL. It means you have all of the qualifications you need to start applying for first officer roles. The ATPL becomes fully unfrozen once you've built the fully required airline experience, usually including about 1,500 total flight hours. Great! Until you look at your bank statement. I won't break down costs now because that's a whole separate video. It actually is. But if you think that my PPL cost me about £15,000, everything's still ahead right until the conclusion of my journey will cost between £70,000 and £90,000, depending on choices that I make. That's why this isn't just a career change. It's a wager. The risks on this journey are many. Destitution, my flight school folding, failing my medical, resentment from those around me, no job at the end of it, it's a minefield. So that's the path. Medical, exams, hour building, professional training, airline applications, and an alarming amount of money. That's quite a laundry list of pessimism, isn't it? Well, allow me to end on a good note. I can't wait. Next, though, we'll find out about the Class 1 medical, and why I might have reason to be afraid.